We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south of the border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing is back at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening date Friday, December 5th. 4 stakes for juveniles head the meet, with the Starlet for fillies on Saturday, December 6th, and the Los Alamitos Futurity set for Saturday, December 13th. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner journalism won the Futurity last year. And horse players, our on-track live money handicapping contest returns on December 13th. Great racing action during the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening day is Friday, December 5th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program as the National Finals Rodeo rolls along here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're getting into the mood of the rodeo here with all the great cowboys, cowgirls, and all the great stuff happening here in Las Vegas, including all of the top country western acts up and down the strip and the showrooms. It's just a great time and a great time and a great place to be here in Las Vegas. We welcome you to the show. We come to you live and direct from this gaming capital and the cowboy rodeo capital of the world through the streaming at YouTube. You can see us on YouTube. Of course, you can also hear us on our local radio station, our anchor station, Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. And of course, we're here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming and cowboy capital of the world, right here on the South Point Streaming Network. And, of course, all the other platforms, our websites, your apps for your devices, so you can see and hear us if you want to on your Google phone, your iPhone, or your Androids, and, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting as well. We welcome you to the show on this first big weekend of the National Finals Rodeo here in Las Vegas. And I can tell you right now that this is the central place to be for all the cowboys and everything. They just load up the place, and they have a great time here at the South Point. The South Point's been a good anchor place for the National Finals Rodeo and all the participants for, 40 years. Well, not here at South Point, but for 40 years, as long as South Point's been here, for the portion of that 40 years they've been here. So we welcome you. Welcome all the cowboys, cowgirls, and all those folks here for the National Finals Rodeo. We have a big racing day today at Aqueduct, okay? All of the disputes aside and all of the other sidebar things going aside at Aqueduct, it's going to be a great day of racing there. The track is fast. We've got 6 stakes races on the Aqueduct card of 11 races today. And it's kind of a melancholy type of day at Aqueduct because this will be the last time they ever run the Cigar Mile at Aqueduct, because this is the final Aqueduct meet. When they're done with this meet at Aqueduct, of course, then they'll kick into the new, renewed and remodeled and rebuilt Belmont Park. And then Aqueduct will be gone the wayside of the Hollywood Parks and the Calders and the Arlington Parks of our past. So we're going to enjoy today at Aqueduct for the final time. They'll run the races that have history to it, the Remsen and the Cigar Mile. Of course, these races will be transferred to Belmont Park when it runs, but this will be the last time they run it at the Big A, they say, the Big A. And by the way, Aqueduct is going to be biting the dust soon. And we just got word that Hastings Park, the long-running Hastings Park, will not be racing their live racing anymore. They're going to keep the casino and the simulcasting, but they won't be racing live racing at Hastings Park anymore. Now, that meet doesn't start until April. Well, it was always an anchor meet, and they're part of the country. Hastings. So they made the announcement that they're not going to come back with live racing there. So some of the key racetracks around the country are finding their way to the memory banks of a lot of people out there. Sad to hear about that at Hastings. All righty. Fairgrounds. They canceled yesterday's races. Now, we know we've had cancellations for weather. We've had cancellations for cold and wind and excessive rain and all that. Okay? We had cancellations when the jockeys, on last Sunday decided to boycott and pull a sudden strike on the racing because of the situation with that and the racetrack and some of the things they didn't like that the track was doing at Aqueduct. Well, yesterday they canceled the races at the fairgrounds. A new one, a broken water main. There was a broken water main that facilitated water to the racetrack. And since the track didn't have any water for the patrons or anything else, they had to cancel the races yesterday at the fairgrounds. Now, they say they have fixed the water main, the main water main coming in from the street. And they had no water service yesterday. They're going to get their water service back, so they expect to run today at the fairgrounds. Okay? Just wanted to let you know about that. Irad Ortiz Jr., with his 4 wins on Thursday for his first day riding back at the championship meeting at Gulfstream Park, broke the single-year earnings record in the country. $39,200,190 his horses have earned this year. He breaks the all-time single-year earnings record, and he still has, 3-4 weeks to go left to this year? Irad Ortiz Jr., with his 4 wins on Thursday at Gulfstream, established the new single-year earnings record. So congratulations to him. And John Lindo reports to us that we're going to get some musical chairs going on with the jockeys agents in Southern California. We'll keep, John will let us know a little bit about that. But I understand that one of the key jockeys, Antonio Fresu, is going to get a different jocks agent now. So we'll wait and see about that. In the meantime, Fresu, like, Umberto Rispoli is going into that championship, that jockey championship out at Hong Kong. Well, Antonio Fresu went to Dubai, and he's riding in Dubai for this month. And he's going to be participating in the UAE President Cup coming up this weekend. He's going to be riding a horse called Kubrick. Kubrick, of course, was previously trained by Chad Brown in America, but now is over there in Dubai, and Fresu's going to ride that horse in the UAE President Cup. Now, both Rispoli, I should say, both Rispoli and Fresu are going back to places that they have competed in before they came to America. So they're used to those racetracks, and while we're going through Los Alamitos and the brief respite between the end of Los Al and the beginning of Santa Anita, these two jocks have gone back to some of the places that they've built their reputations at, and they're going to be running there. So Antonio Fresu will be in UAE, the Dubai, for a while, a couple of weeks anyhow. In any case, he will have a new agent when he comes back to the United States, and we'll let John Lindo fill us in on that, okay? So, Jonathan Ardoon's with us today. Jonathan and I are going to go over the stakes races at Aqueduct. We got Rich Ang, who we extracted a college football pick from him yesterday from those championship games, and he gave us a winner in the college football. More great college football today. The big game, of course, is number 1 Ohio State going against number 2 Indiana. That's going to be a real great game. That happens later on. Maybe we'll get his thought on that and actually get a pick on that from Richie, and of course a race pick as well. John Lindo will be with us to give us the new deal with the agents, etc., and a few other items from Southern California, especially with the opening of Los Alamitos. And we have Bob Mazursky, who is going to give us the Los Alamitos report from what happened yesterday and what's going on today. We got the Starlet going on today at Los Alamitos, and of course Jerry Jackowitz will be along with us as well. So we got a pretty full show for you. So we're going to cowboy up and get the first break in, and then we're going to come back, give you your racing menu, and we're off to the races from this Rodeo Central, Las Vegas, Nevada. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All is set for the quarter horse race of the year, the Champion of Champions, Saturday, December 13th at Los Alamitos, quarter horse racing's most prestigious race, and history could be made. Will impress him win his 3rd Champion of Champions and tie the legendary Refrigerator Stakes record. Jericho and Stanley Cartel look to stop him, while All-American Derby winner FDD Dreams and Mildred Vessel's winner Hot Temptation dream of glory as well. It's a full field of 10. It's the race of the year, the Champion of Champions.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Saturday. Just want to look at the weather around the country to see how it's going to affect some racetracks around the country today. It looks like the only racetracks that might be a little bit in jeopardy might be the fairgrounds in New Orleans and I don't know, possibly Tampa. I doubt it though, because there's a swath of rain sort of going through New Orleans, and then it goes up to Atlanta, Georgia, et cetera, kind of bypassing the bottom part of Florida. And that's about it across the country as far as that's concerned. Temperatures? Okay, look, it's 40 degrees out here right now. 40 degrees here in Las Vegas. We're going to get up to 65. Always fast, firm, and perfect, though, in the book. You know that. And as far as temperatures at the racing centers around the country, like I said, Tampa is going to 80 degrees, but it's going to have a little rain there from that front going through. And then, of course, New Orleans, where Fairgrounds is at, they have rain. They're going to be 56 degrees topping off there. Miami, 82. New York City, 44 degrees. So it's going to be cold but fast and ready to go at Aqueduct today. Chicago is only going to get up to 31. Not even going to get the freezing today in Chicago. 31 degrees. Man, that's cold. All right. Los Angeles, 72 degrees and sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day out there at Los Alamitos. And Phoenix, Arizona is going to be 69 and sunny for those of you at Turf Paradise. And again, here in Las Vegas, topping out today at 65 degrees. And okay, I know everybody's waiting for it. The hottest spot in the country is not Brownsville, Texas. It's only 75. The hottest spot in the country is actually Miami at 82 degrees. Going to be 82 degrees at Miami today. So let's get started with the racing menu of racetracks available today. Reminding you, first post times we broadcast on the show are that of the Pacific time zone. So if you're listening in the Pacific time zone, no problem. These will be your first post times. And of course, if you're coming here at the South Point to enjoy the races today in our race book, same deal. These will be the first post times. We're in the Pacific time zone. However, if you are in any other time zone around the country, adjust to it from the Pacific time zone so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. Okay, here we go with the menu. We begin with Aqueduct Racetrack, the Big A in New York. Early post time today at Aqueduct, 8:20. 8:20 is the first post time this morning at Aqueduct. 11 races. And 6 of them are stakes races. They'll roll out like this. The Demoiselle for 2-year-old fillies at a mile and 1/8 will be the third race on the card, and the 6-5 favorite there is Zany with Ired Ortiz Jr. aboard. Then the Elite Power will be the 5th race on the card, 3-year-olds and up for 6 furlongs. In this Elite Power, scratch the 6-horse, Sebrigate. Sebrigate is at only 5 going in this race. 9-5 favorite is El Grande O with Flavien Prat aboard. And then we get to the New York Stallion Series Stakes, the Fifth Avenue division. That'll be the 8th race on the card at 7 furlongs for 2-year-old fillies. And in this race, the 7-2, the 7-2 morning line favorite is Hot Currency with Flavien Prat aboard there. You have 3 scratches. Scratch the 5 Hip Hop Dancer, the 9 Honest Reason, and the 11 She's Country. So the 5, 9, and 11 are out of the 8th race, the Fifth Avenue. Then the 9th race will be the Remsen at a mile and 1/8 for 2-year-olds. In this race, scratch the 12 Probably Dreaming. That'll leave 11 left to go. And in this race, the morning line favorite at 3-1 is Paladin with Flavien Prat aboard. And then the Cigar Mile will be the 10th race on the card. The Centerpiece Cigar Mile at a mile for 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 1, Doc Sullivan. The Doc is out. That'll leave a field of 6 in the race. 9-5 favorite there is Phileas Fogg with Joel Rosario aboard. Close second choice at 2-1 is Bishop's Bay with Flavien Prat. And then the 11th and final race is the New York Stallion Series Stakes race, the Great White Way division for 2-year-olds at 7 furlongs. Scratch numbers 15 and 16. A wide open affair for the finale. The morning line favorite at 8-5 is Parker Boone with Michelle Sanchez aboard. Big day of racing today at Aqueduct. 11 races. Track is fast. First post time is early. 8:20. First post at the Big A. Laurel Park is next. Laurel Park. They have a small carryover at Laurel Park today. The Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $2,645. They've got 9 races, a couple of $125,000 stakes races, though. The Maryland Juvenile for 2-year-olds at 7 furlongs is the 6th race. And the 8th race is the Maryland Juvenile Filly for 2-year-old fillies at 7 furlongs. So the 2-year-olds taking center stage at Laurel Park today. First post time for their 9 races, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. at Laurel Park. And you've got that small carryover there. Gulfstream Park Championship meet continues. Gulfstream has 11 races. Their stakes race today is the H. Allen Jerkin Stakes, 2 miles on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. It's the 9th race on the card. 9-5 favorite there is Summer Cause with Tyler Gaffleone aboard. 11 races today, Gulfstream. They got a Super High 5 carryover of $46,080. That's a Super High 5 carryover, a regular Super High 5 carryover. The Pick 6 Rainbow Jackpot carryover is $45,830. Again, first post time at Gulfstream Park, 9:20. Tampa Bay Downs. They have 10 races today, a couple of stakes races, and again, featuring the 2-year-olds. The inaugural will be the second race on the card at 6 furlongs for 2-year-olds. 1-2, big 1-2 favorite there is Solitude Dude. And then the Sandpiper for 2-year-old fillies at 6 furlongs will be the 9th on the card. And in that race, the morning line favorite, My Miss Mo, at 2-1. 10 races today at Tampa Bay. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $7,455. First post time is at 9:30. Woodbine, north of the border. They have 11 races today. Their feature race is the Valedictory. Valedictory at 1.5 miles for 3-year-olds and up is the 10th race on the card. 9 go to the post before scratches. It's a wide open affair. Tosin and Wish is the 2-1 favorite there. Woodbine with carryovers there. Woodbine, Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $18,143. And their Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $235,150 in their Super High 5 jackpot carryover. Woodbine today, first post time is 10:05. Fairgrounds, with the water main now solved, hopefully. The Fairgrounds has 9 races today. Their first post time at the Fairgrounds with a regular Pick 6 carryover of $49,693, $49,693. 9 races, first post time Fairgrounds is 10:45. Then we get to Los Alamitos, thoroughbred meet, day 2. 9 races today at Los Al. And the feature race is the Starlet for 2-year-old fillies at 1.16 miles. It's the 8th race on the card. 6 are in the race. Half the field is trained by Bob Baffert, including the 6-5 favorite, Nima, with Juan Hernandez aboard. First post time at Los Al for the thoroughbreds, 9 races, 12:30 at Los Alamitos today. And that is their first post time there. And then we have Delta Downs. They've got 9 races. First post time is at 2:45 at Delta. Turfway Park. Turfway Park. Now, they had that big Pick 6 carryover in the last 5 races yesterday at Turfway Park. But the first Pick 5, well, the Pick 5 with that big carryover at Turfway Park last night, that paid $1,883.59. The early Pick 5 with no carryover paid $40,057.80. Little story about that carryover with the Pick 5. Jonathan Hardoon will tell us about that. Today, Turfway, again, with full fields at Turfway, 10 races. The feature is the Boone County at 1.25 miles for 3-year-olds and up. And in this race, your favorite, lukewarm, that is, at 3-1 is Common Defense with Julien Le Peru. First post time, Turfway Park, 10 races, 2:55 at Turfway today. Their Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $18,597. Charlestown, they've got 8 races. First post time, 4 p.m. They've got a Pick 5 carryover and a Pick 6 jackpot carryover. Their Pick 5 carryover, $33,363. Their Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $56,857. Charlestown, first post time, 4 p.m. Remington Park also has 9 races, and their first post time is also at 4 p.m. And then we wrap it up with the nighttime signal at Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos nighttime, the quarter horse signal goes at 6 o'clock. 8 races, 3 mixed breed, 5 quarter horses. And they have a carryover in their Pick 6 tonight at Los Alamitos, the evening card, Pick 6 carryover, regular Pick 6 carryover too. That is sitting at $38,538. First post time, 6 p.m. Let's get out to Jonathan Hardoon now. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. That Turfway Park, there was the carryover for the big carryover yesterday, 163,000 and change, I think it was. Was in the last race, okay? That was
the 6th race.
I mean,
it
was the last pick.
Right, the last Pick 5.
Last Pick 5. All right. Now, that thing only paid $1,883.59. The first pick five, and I got to give you the prices on the first pick five. $8 and change. I'm not going to give you those penny breakdowns, but $8 and change, $31 and change, $15 and change, $11 and change, and $32 and change. Nothing really strikingly outrageous. That pick five paid $40,000 plus. The late pick five, with all that carryover money, only paid $1,800 plus. But you might have a reason why.
Well, we know one thing for sure. CAW is alive and well at Turfway Park because in the late pick five, the last minute of betting, they put over close to $500,000 into the pool. So obviously that's coming from CAW. You know,
$500,000 went into the pool to chase 163,000 carryover?
Well, that's what it was.
Wow.
500,000 into. I'm not saying every penny of the 500,000 was CAW, but I would say majority of it was.
Yeah, a good portion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, I just thought I'd make that.
We have to deal with now, Ralph. It's just crazy.
I know. Anyhow, at Gulfstream Park yesterday, a championship meeting. We had kind of mixed results there, but the thing that stood out yesterday at Gulfstream was Rajiv Murrah won the third race on a favorite. For the horse paid $5 for Mary Leitner, and that was his career win number 2,000. So congratulations to Rajiv Murrah getting his 2,000th win yesterday at Gulfstream Park in the third race, and he started working on his second 2,000 by coming back in the 10th race and winning in for a relative. Colin Murrow was the trainer there at $7.80.
And what's interesting about him, Ralph, is if you remember, he retired a few years ago and he was on the Fox Sports Show, a racing show from New York every day. And I guess he had enough of that and went back to riding. And, he's back making money and doing what he likes to do.
And as far as what happened yesterday at Aqueduct, you had Manny Franco got 3 wins in the first 5 races. He won the second race in a dead heat. And that horse paid $2.46 in a dead heat to win. And then he came back in the second race, Manny Franco did, for Jeremiah Engelhardt, paying $5.10. And then he came back in the 5th race for Chris Engelhardt and paid $4.84. Chris Engelhardt came back and won his second race as the trainer in the 8th race at $9.20. And, of course, Flavien Prat checked in with a couple of winners. Pratt won the 4th race for Wesley Ward at $3.56. Came back in the 7th race for Mike Maker, paying $4.48. So it was pretty much favorites yesterday at Aqueduct. But Flavien Prat is winning races for his main clients.
Yeah, well, he's going to win races for everybody. I mean, let's be honest, Ralph. He kind of towers over most of the riders here anyway, especially this time of year.
All right. Well, taking a look at Aqueduct, we've got the big racing day today at Aqueduct, probably one of the big final days of racing at Aqueduct. And so let's take a look at some of those stakes races at the Big A today. We'll go through this real quick. Because it looks like there's a lot of favorites that are going to be standouts in this race, but I'll let you decide. Third race, the Demoiselle. Of course, in that race, you got a 6-5 favorite there, Zany.
Yeah, Zany ran real well first time out at Gulfstream, winning for Todd Pletcher. He ships her back to New York to run in the Demoiselle. The interesting horse in here, Ralph, is the one horse, Jumping the Gun, a 2-year-old filly from the Andrew Simoff barn. This horse is out of Gun Runners, going to stretch out today to 1 1/8 and is breaking from the rail, 6-1. Listen, Zany's the horse to beat, but Jumping the Gun is an interesting price play in there.
Okay, that's 6-1 there. Then we go to the Elite Power at 6 furlongs. That'll be the 5th race. Scratch the 6, Subrogate. You leave 5 in there. A big favorite, 9-5, is El Grande O with Flavien Prat.
Well, this is one of our official radio plays. Obviously a late scratch, so now only down to a field of 5. But the number 3 horse in here, Acoustic Avenue, 5-year-old gelding for the Linda Rice barn. This horse fires every time. 2 works since his last race. He's listed at 7-2 on the morning line. Jose Lascano rides number 3, Acoustic Avenue. I think is a single in your pick 5.
All right, and that is an official play for the show at Aqueduct today, number 3, Acoustic Avenue. Jonathan Arduin's playing the 5th race. Now, there's 2 New York Stallion Stakes Series races. The 5th Avenue will be the 8th on the card. It looks like a wide-open affair. I mean, they're New York breds.
Yeah, but Linda Rice sends out Hot Currency, who graduated last time out. This horse draws a good outside box going 7 furlongs. Flavian Pratt back aboard, 7-2 on the morning line. I like number 10, Hot Currency. 3 late scratches in there, Ralph. The 5, 9, and 11 have all been scratched, but still a field of 10, I guess.
Yeah, it's a full field there, and that is, of course, the 5th Avenue division. Then we get to the Remsen for 2-year-olds at 1 mile and 1/8. This race sometimes produces some nice 3-year-olds for the Triple Crown run next year. You got the 12-horse Probable Dreaming scratched, but you got a full field then of 11, and it's a pretty wide open affair. You got the 3-1, the morning line favorite Paladin with Flavian Pratt.
Yeah, and Paladin, who's the 2-horse in here, went off at 6-5 in his first career start, and he was running against Renegade, the number 9 horse. The 9 horse beat him that day by a head, and they took down the 9 Renegade, and they put up the 2 Paladin. Well, you know, Renegade is 5-1, and Paladin is 3-1. Renegade beat him on the square last time out. Why would I bet Paladin? I'll take my chances with number 9 Renegade.
Okay, Renegade gets your nod there in the Remsen. And then we get the Cigar Mile, a 1 mile, 3-year-olds and up. But remember, this is a 1-turn, 1 mile at the configuration of Aqueduct. Scratch the 1, Doc Sullivan. And I thought a pretty competitive field of 6 yet to go in the race with the 9-5 favorite, Phileas Fogg, and Bishop's Bay, of course, at 2-1.
Well, Bishop's Bay certainly loves Aqueduct. 2 for 2 at Aqueduct, 3 for 3 at the distance. Cox is off to a terrific start. I believe he's 7 for 20 at the meet. But I'm going to go with Phileas Fogg here. This is a 5-year-old gelding claimed by Gustavo Rodriguez 8 races back. Since he claimed this horse, he's never finished off the board. Really a terrific, terrific claim. He's in top form now. He's going to get a good trip, but he's going to be on the lead. They're going to have to catch him. I like the 6, Phileas Fogg.
All right. And then the 11th race, of course, the 6, Phileas Fogg is your pick in the 10th. And the 11th race is the Great White Way division of the New York Stallion Series stakes races. Scratch the also eligibles 15 and 16. A wide open affair to end the card today at Aqueduct.
Well, Parker Boone ran huge in his career debut at Parks for training Butch Reed. He does terrific bringing these horses over from Parks. Michael Sanchez, who rides for him out there, is the rider. He's 8-5, but if he runs anywhere near the number that he ran first time out, he'll be very tough to beat.
All right. Thank you so much for getting through those stakes races for us at Aqueduct today, Jonathan. And I know you have another pick for us or so we'll get to it right now.
Let's go to Los Al, look at race number 5. And I like the number 5 horse in here, Ralph. One Happy Dude, a 2-year-old colt from the Steve Knapp barn. He had a winner yesterday. Tiago Pierre rides. This horse is listed at 5-1 on the morning line. Cuts back in distance, has run over this track twice. Number 5, One Happy Dude, graduates and wins today's 5th race out at Los Alamitos.
All right, Los Alamitos 5th race is the anchor race and the only pick 5. They have the early pick 5. It also is the anchor in the early pick 4. And you like in the 5th race, number 5. That's easy to remember. And let's hope he makes us One Happy Dude in the 5th. Full sheets, full handicapping sheets at Aqueduct, Los Alamitos, and at Gulfstream, right?
Yes, sir. JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
Thank you, my man, and thanks for going through those races for us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, We're going to take our... Thank you, sir. We're going to go to our next break, and when we come back, we got Rich Eng and Bob Mazursky hanging around, so we'll be right back.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting T2T.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Malulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the Colts here. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
If you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Is there a way to bet against both teams?
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out to Rich Ang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And Ralphie, that is some kind of cowboy hat.
Yes, sir, man. We got to get in. We got to, and the boots are on too. I can't show you the boots, but they're on, and we're breaking them in. It's that time of the year here in Las Vegas when everybody becomes a cowboy somewhere, somehow. That's for sure. Anyhow, you gave us a winner. I extracted a winner out of you from one of the championship games yesterday, but today the big one between number 1 and number 2 in the country, and that, of course, Ohio State, Indiana. How do you see that game?
Well, I tell you what, before I give a pick on that game, that'll be my radio pick will be Indiana at Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. The game last night, Ralph, was really interesting in the fact that Kennesaw State was in total command of the game. They had a 10-0 lead in the fourth quarter, and then they got 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and it was really a questionable call. It looked like the quarterback had made a touchdown for Kennesaw State. They said his forward progress stopped at the 1 foot line, and then Jacksonville State was tackled behind the line for a safety, so it became 12-0. And then there was about 10 minutes left in the game, and as I said, Kennesaw State was in complete control. Then on the safety, they had a free punt from the 20, and the kid for Kennesaw State ran the ball back to midfield and was tackled, and the ball popped up to about 12 feet in the air and was, picked up by Jacksonville State. They scored 2 touchdowns in a row to take the lead with about 3 minutes left, and then Kennesaw State trailing 15-12. They converted, Ralph, a 3rd and 25. They got 24 yards and then ran the ball for the final yard. Then they had 4th and 14, and the quarterback ran the ball for a first down and was roughed. So they had half the distance to the goal. Long story short, they ended up scoring to win and cover. So very interesting.
Yes, I know. I saw for most of the game they had the cover handled, and then all of a sudden that craziness that happened in a short period of time. And then they came back at the end to produce the cover again. So that's what happens when you get to these championship games. And you like Ohio State today?
Yeah, Indiana at Ohio State. It's 119, 120 on the rotation. The look-ahead line was 7 for Ohio State. It's been bet all the way down to 4. But I'm going to go with Ohio State, the defending national champions. I have been watching them play. They look like the one they've been playing this year off. I know they're undefeated, but it looks like they were a car running in second gear. They didn't blow teams out by 40 or 50 points. They would do just enough to win. But here they are, again, the number 1 seed in the tournament. And I think they've got more gas in the tank than Indiana. Let's go with Ohio State -4.
All right, Ohio State -4. Pitting number 1 and number 2 in a championship game this evening. I think it kicks off at 4 o'clock our time. All right, now let's get to a pick at Los Alamitos.
Race 3 at Los Al. It's a maiden special weight. A horse that actually looks a little long in the tooth, but has had run a few races fast enough to beat this group is the number 5, Joyful Mischief.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons I'm going for it is because of the price. The big favorite's going to be the number 6, Tiger of the Sea, probably in that 3 to 5 range. But let's go with the price horse, number 5, Joyful Mischief, to finally get the job done.
All right, third race, number 5, Joyful Mischief. The 5, Joyful Mischief, the 5 in the third race. Richie Ang's pick. Don't forget, Richie's got full coverage of Los Alamitos, a full sheet of selections for all the races right now at the RacedayLasVegas.com website. Hey, thanks a lot, Rich. Enjoy the game and the races. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
You got it, my man. Now let's get out to Bob Mazursky standing by for Los Alamitos. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine, my man. Pretty nice racing yesterday at Los Al. Armando Ayuso was the riding star. Won the second race for Andrew Harris and paid $6. Won the third race for Martin Valenzuela Jr., paying $2.60 as the big favorite in that one. And then came back for Steve Knapp in the sixth race for his third win of the day at $3 even. So Ayuso went into the clubhouse the leading jockey of the meet after one day of competition.
No, absolutely. That was the first 3-win day he's had at Los Al. He's had some success here, but that was his first triple. He rode Tina Turner, and Mining District won for Kazushi Kimura. So there's the horse for course angle again. Both those horses are now 2 for 2 at Los Alamitos, so they like the track. And then we had a bomb in the last race with a $40 winner, Rotown. So $7,000 in the pick 6, and looking forward to today's card as well.
In that last race, the 3-horse discrepancy bolted, I guess, going into the turn or whatever it was. Down the backstretch, I think it was. He bolted, and Kimura came off. Is he okay?
Yeah, everything yesterday indicated he walked off on his own. Was the reports afterwards that he was fine. And then discrepancy, too, I can report that she was also well. She kind of crashed through the outside fence. She had some cuts, but she's going to be stitched up, and she should be okay down the road.
Okay, and that $41.80 winner in the last race almost eclipsed the total of all the win mutuals of the first 7 races that came to $45. So it was a day, a little bit for everybody yesterday at Los Al. And now we're looking towards today. And, of course, the Starlet, it goes through Bob Baffert, I think.
No, as it usually does. He's won this race 8 years in a row since, he's just dominated, and he looks to be ready to dominate again. He has the morning line favorite, Nima, Warner in his riding. Juan's won this race 3 out of the last 4 years. She was an impressive first out winner at Del Mar last month. Now she's stretching out. She's by Gun Runner, so a distance should be no problem. He also has Consequent, which is a homebred for Judmon, who was also a first out winner. She did it around 2 turns, so that's impressive. You don't see a lot of horses in California debut around 2 turns and win, so that was impressive. Then he also entered Himika, who was the beaten favorite in the Desi Arnaz last month. She's stretching out. I'm not sure she wants to run 2 turns, but she will show speed. So Nima obviously is the best of the trio. I mean, Hernandez is the main rider for the barn. That's where he ends up, so I think that's why she'll be the one to beat.
Well, Bob, all I can say is you put together, I think, a competitive card again today at Los Alamitos, that's for sure. And want to remind everybody, the only pick 5 on the day is the first 5 races. You have 2 pick 4s, an early and late pick 4 for $1 minimum there. I would imagine that, usually if you get to a race like the Starlet, you can kind of single a Bob Baffert trainee. But in this race, he's got 3 of them in there, so to be safe, to get Baffert, you'd have to go 3 deep in that race for the late pick 4.
Yeah, you either do that or you just pick out one of them and hope you're right. I think that would be the best thing. And I'm sure that, like Nima, like I said, with Hernandez being aboard, she's going to be favored, maybe even odds on based on her first win. But if you could use either all 3 or just single one. And I think in this instance, I would just pick one to single because you don't want to use 3 short price horses.
All right, Bob. Well, day 2, let's get a pick from you for Los Al.
I'm going to go to the race right after the Starlet, the 9th and final. We talked about the horse for course angle yesterday, and I'm going to go to a horse for course here, number 7, Otramas. This horse has won 4 times on the track in the afternoon, 3 wins and a second. Comes off a race last time under the lights where he was second to Code Duello, who would certainly be competitive in this race. I just know that he likes the daytime track more. He's going to be a decent-sized price for Martin Valenzuela, number 7, Otramas in race 9.
All right, the 9th and final race today at Los Alamitos, number 7, Otramas. The 7 is Bob Mazursky's play, and of course you can get the rest in a lot of places.
Yeah, I do a daily handicap for the Southern California News Group papers, LA Daily News, Orange County Register, among other papers. Also to todaysracingdigest.com, and make selections for Southern California every racing day.
Thank you, Bob, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right, you got it, my man. Now let's go out to John Lindo standing by in Southern California. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph, and I guess I should say howdy, Ralph.
Howdy, partner. You got to get into the mood here because the entire town is swarming with the cowboys and cowgirls, and these people are just a lot of fun to be around.
It's a great energy there at the South Point, and they know how to have a good time, those guys. And I like all the musical acts and everything else are all set up for the Cowboys.
Yes, no question about that. And by the way, they tend to mosey on into the race book later on in the day to play a little Los Alamitos because they love those quarter horses too.
They do. And, Michael Rono, you'll hear him calling during the day, and then you'll hear him calling again tonight. He's doing double duty out there at Los Al.
Now, you stated on your Linda report that you thought that the track bias yesterday at Los Alamitos favored the horses that were in the middle of the racetrack down the stretch.
Yeah, every horse turning for home that won was coming down the outside of that racetrack. Anything trying to come up the inside kind of got bogged down a little bit. So I had it, and it's always been kind of a little bit of an outside, but I thought it was pretty good yesterday. So I would kind of look from the outside in, handicapping that main track today.
All right. Now, John, you have a complete Linda report for Los Alamitos, picking all the races. Of course, as suggested, late pick 4 and some goodie information. But you also have a late pick 5 Linda report for Gulfstream.
Yeah, we did the last 5 races there, so I've got to play both there at Gulfstream and at Los Alamitos.
Well, let's get to the Gulfstream pick.
Okay, and I think this late pick 5 could get chalky on us, but there's a horse to watch in here because of the 2-year-olds turning 3. And race number 10 today, number 4, Epic Summer, I thought was really impressive the way he found another gear, winning the sprint debut at Aqueduct last time. Not sure if he wants to go 2 turns, but a 1-turn mile ought to fit him just fine. He's got speed, and he's got an extra gear that I don't know if we've seen yet. He's only 9-5 in the program, but this is a horse to watch in this 3-year-old program moving forward down at Gulfstream. Race number 10, number 4, Epic Summer.
All right, number 4, Epic Summer in the winter gets the job done today in the 10th race at Gulfstream, the 4-horse. Don't forget, he's got a late pick 5 Linda report available right now here at the South Point free of charge. And, of course, the entire Linda report for all the races at Los Alamitos as well, exclusively here at the South Point free of charge, complimentary to the horse players. John, before we get your pick at Los Alamitos, a couple of quick questions. We got a musical chair starting with jock agents now?
Yeah, when Antonio Freso comes back from the Middle East to start at Santa Anita, he'll have a new agent. Ron Anderson is going to handle his book, and Ron still books mounts for Joel Rosario. You remember he had Frankie Dettori at Santa Anita last winter with Frankie retired.
Mm-hmm.
He has picked up Antonio Fresu. His previous agent, Tom Canusa, did a great job for Antonio. He's going to have a new rider. He's bringing in Misael Jaramillo, who going into this week was the leading rider at Gulfstream Park. And he's an aggressive rider. I think he'll fit Southern California. And with the Tom Canusa ties with the Doug O'Neill stable, I would think Jaramillo would get off to a good start. So a new face, Jaramillo, and again, a new agent for Fresu, Ron Anderson, booking the mounts. That might put him on some mounts around the country as well.
And Jaramillo, of course, will be leaving, I guess, his last day of riding at Gulfstream. It's going to be on the 19th of December, and then he's going to move out for the opening day at Santa Anita. Listen, Santa Anita is starting another little gimmick or another thing that helps out Calbreds. I guess there's a new condition coming out for Calbreds for the upcoming Santa Anita meeting.
Yeah, currently the rule is you can win the Calbred allowance condition twice, once on dirt and once on turf. They're going to adjust that. You can still win the Calbred condition twice, but now you can do it on the same surface as long as it's a different distance. In other words, you can win a turf sprint and then a turf route, or you can win a dirt sprint and then a dirt route. So if you have a horse with one specific surface, as long as they can do 2 different things, you can win that Calbred condition twice. That helps the California breeders and those owners trying to make those bills and make the horses more valuable. So, CTBA doing what they can to try and help build the breeding program out here.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to see that. That does start the day after Christmas on the opening day of Santa Anita. A quick thought about the Starlet, and then we get your Los Al pick.
Bob Baffert. Of all these, there's a lot of speed in this race, and I'm going to lean to Consequent, the filly who broke her maiden going 2 turns from off the pace at Del Mar. She was very green that day. When she hit the lead, she threw her ears up and stopped, and then she won anyway. So she's better than what that debut looked like, and she was good there. And with the pace scenario, I don't have to worry about getting the mile of 16. She'll get the distance. So Consequent for me, and I guess you would call it a Bob Baffert upset.
Okay, maybe we'll just box the Bob Baffert 3 in the trifecta and see what happens there. A pick.
I'm in the same race. I'm on the same horse as Bob Mazursky. Ninth race today. Number 7, Otramas, 3 for 4 with the second on the daytime configurant at Los Alamitos. Won the same Cowbird condition during the September meet. He comes back for the claiming tag today, so that's why he's still eligible for the race. And he ran second last time under the lights to a horse named Code Duello, who's one of the best 1,000-yard sprinters under the lights at Los Al. So that was a good race. 8-1 on the program. If you can get it, take it. Number 7, Otramas, race 9, Los Alamitos.
All right, we have the good handicappers seal of approval on the race day show, and 2 handicappers land on the same horse. That gets them the good handicappers seal of approval, and that happens here in the 9th race. Both John Lindo and Bob Mazursky come up with number 7, Otramas, in the 9th and final race at Los Alamitos. Don't forget, John Lindo's report for the late pick 5 at Gulfstream, and another Lindo report for all the races, and another late pick 4 at Los Alamitos is available right now, right here at the South Point, and only at the South Point in Las Vegas, and it's free of charge to the players because they love horse players here. Thanks a lot, John. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right, now we're going to go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. And, Jerry, you don't have a football cap on today.
No, I don't. Couldn't find it this morning. I don't know.
Okay.
I think my football stuff has been hidden from me.
I see. Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll find it. Big day of racing today at Aqueduct. You got 6 nice stakes races. The Cigar Mile and the Remsen, of course, are 2 races that are key races on the New York Stakes calendar. And, of course, this will be the last year that they run both of these races at Aqueduct, because after Belmont Park gets the finishing touches there, Aqueduct will go the way of Arlington Park, Hollywood Park, etc. So kind of a bittersweet time today for those races. But as you see either one of those races, do you have a thought at all before we get a pick from you?
Well, the Demoiselle would be the first, that's the female version of the Remsen run today. And,
okay.
It's a small little field, but, these young fillies, you kind of got to get to know them now, because come next August and September, they're going to develop into monsters.
Right.
One of them will, or 2 of them will. So it's really a good time as a handicapper to kind of get to be aware of them. These are good little fillies. They're not very developed yet.
Okay.
So I'll say that about them. On the rest, I'm going to let everybody do their own handicapping. Everybody seems to know what they're doing. So I'm going to leave that to you guys. But I think it's important to mention the fillies and their cycle of improvement, and kind of keep that in mind as you go through the year.
Okay. So that's the Demoiselle. I guess we'll go ahead and get your pick at Aqueduct and then move on to Los Alamitos.
Yeah. We're going to go to the 6th race. Number 10, Olivia Mavis from Jamie. This is a field of absolutely terrible fillies. I mean, she's the best of a bad lot, I think. A little bit of this is actually driven by the trainer, who I like this trainer, is second off of a little bit of a freshening.
Okay.
When they develop fast, and maybe that's the case here with Olivia Mavis at 4-1 seems attractive. She seems faster than these.
All right.
I'll take the 10 over the 2, 5, 8, and 11.
All right. 10 over 2, 5, 8, and 11. And you've got 40 seconds to give me Los Alamitos.
Yeah, we'll go right to the 6th race. Again, we're in 6th race on both sides. I got Track Tiger. This is a little bit of a tough card. 8-5. I wouldn't go below the 8-5 that I'm getting there, believe me, but I think that's okay. I'll take the 6 over the 1, 4, 5. Small reverses. The 6, Track Tiger. Race number 6 and Los Alamitos.
All right, it's the 6th and the 6th race today at Los Alamitos. Number 6, Track Tiger. The link-ups are 1, 4, and 5, and reverse. And, of course, the win bet is on the 6, Track Tiger there. And, of course, Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Aqueduct, with all the big stakes races there today, and all of Los Alamitos, is right now available at jerryjspowerpage.com. All righty. And it should be an exciting day of racing out there, and some great college football games as well. And so, and of course, the next go-round in the National Rodeo, the National Finals Rodeo here in Las Vegas. A lot to do, and we'll be back tomorrow to continue on
You
our
look
Sunday
pretty
show.
rodeo-ish.
Yes, go ahead and say it real quick.
Have a great race day, everybody.